So here's a pair of double lock handcuffs I'm going to attempt to pick while they're on my wrist. So I'm going to go ahead and engage the bottom lock here on this cuff. And now the next cuff. And engage that bottom lock. So now both cuffs have both locks engaged, and I'm really kind of setting it up in the most difficult way for myself by putting the keyhole on the inside of the wrist. So the first step to doing this, if you can, is twist one of them around like that so it's a little easier to reach. Now it's still an awkward position because I'm doing it in such a way that the light hits it right and that the camera can see what I'm doing, so this is going to take a little bit longer than normal. And there's the bottom lock. I just tested it to make sure I got the bottom lock undone, and so now just time to get the top one. Again, really even more of an awkward angle than normal just because I'm trying to keep it in the camera. And almost there. So there's the first cuff, and now just reposition the second one so I can get to it a little easier. Again, not the angle I would normally use, but I want to make sure the camera can see it. And I felt the bottom one go, just testing it. Yep, the bottom lock's good. And now I just got to get the top one off. And I think that's under a minute. Now there are some see-through double lock cuffs that you can buy on Amazon that show you how the internal mechanisms work, but there's really no reason when you can find animated GIFs like this on Google image search. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this. And this came from lockpicking.com, I think. Anyway, you can see how the key turns and it pushes that bottom lock out of the way, and then you turn it back the other way and you push the top lock down, and then the teeth on the cuff move out of the way. Let's watch that one more time. Alright, now I want to show one interesting thing here I found with my cuffs. I mean, I assume all double cuffs are the same way. And so when you turn this key to get the bottom lock out of the way, you see this is where I start to feel pressure right there. So it's right at the corner, the bottom left corner of the cuff, and then you go the other way for the top lock, it's exactly 180 degrees away. So this gives you a good visual kind of reference point for when you're moving your pick around inside the key. And I want to show one other thing. I'll get rid of the bottom lock, and now if you start to push the cuff in, you can actually see down inside the little metal teeth there moving out of the way. So if you've got the light, you can actually use it to your advantage when you're picking it. You can look down in there and make sure the tip of your pick is hitting the teeth properly. And now let's go ahead and table pick this real quick. Okay, so both locks are engaged. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use that bottom left corner of the cuff as kind of a reference point to dig my pick in, and I felt it go. Yep, definitely bottom lock is free. And now the top one, and right there. Alright, so pretty simple when it's on the table.